Greetings, this is Steve Clements again. I have a few slides for you and wanted to talk for just a few minutes to provide an overview of the course. Um, Please go and spend some time offline reading the syllabus. It's the roadmap for the entire course. Don't look at it just as a discrete set of activities, but think about it as a sort of broader intellectual statement about what we're going to be up to in the coming weeks. What you'll notice is that we have the course broken down into 4 units, 4 significant segments. And of course, the most important part of what you're going to be doing here is reading through a fairly extensive list of important assignments. The first unit will involve the founding of the country, the theory of government that was laid out by James Madison and Alexander Hamilton and a variety of other individuals whom we call founding fathers. I think if you understand some of the basics of what they were trying to do in setting up a government, you can understand an awful lot of what you're seeing on a daily basis in Washington, D.C. We're going to do that through reading a number of important entries in what are called the Federalist Papers, and I'll explain a little bit more about that in a subsequent video. Then the second part of that unit will involve a study of the presidency and the executive branch of government. We're going to do that through a book by Charles Jones called The Presidency, A Short Introduction. Following that unit, we're going to move on to a look at the Congress and how Congress works, the legislative branch of government. We'll do that through a book by Lee Hamilton. Hamilton was a very famous moderate Democrat representative from southern Indiana for about 3 decades. He retired some years ago and wrote an interesting little book about how Congress works, and we're going to work our way through that in the second unit. The third unit will focus on the judiciary, mostly through a study of the Supreme Court offered by former Chief Justice William Rehnquist. He actually wrote a history of the Supreme Court in the late 1960s and early 1970s before he took a seat on the court. He was an appointee of Richard Nixon. Excellent writer, an excellent little book on the Supreme Court. The final unit, we will look at organized interests through a book by, or through sections of a book by Wilcox and Berry, and then we'll finish off with a section on political culture offered by Bill Clinton's political pollster, interesting gentleman named Stan Greenberg, who did some extensive studies of American voters all across the country, and that's what we will look at in the Greenberg section on political culture. The way we've got the units set up is each week you'll have a read assignment with a breakdown of the different reading sections I want you to go through. There will also be a view section which will include some short videos by me, usually involving some PowerPoint slides. You'll notice that we don't really have a textbook per se for this class. We have a lot of different stimulating readings, but no textbook. And so what I try to do in my little videos here with PowerPoint slides is to sort of frame the readings for you. So I'd encourage you, before you do anything else, to do the reading assignments and do the view assignments. Go through those videos. I'm not going to actually have you do quizzes on the reading, but when you move on to the forum discussions that we'll have each week and then the connect assignments, these will be some of your opportunities to participate and utilize some of the material that you're picking up in the readings. And at the end of each unit, we'll have a demonstrate section. That's essentially a 3 to 4 page double-spaced essay that I'll have you write, which provides your best opportunity to demonstrate for for me what you have learned over the course of the semester. Now, notice in the Connect section, what I'm essentially asking you to do here is follow some website or actual hard copy newspaper, it's up to you, some website with up-to-date news stories. And each week I'm going to ask you through the Connect assignment to relate something that's been in the news in the past week to some of the ideas that we're exploring in the context of the course. I think you'll find that if that sounds daunting now, once you get into this, I think you'll see a lot more relationship than you might imagine between some of these old ideas about organizing a political regime and what we see happening in our American political system. Your grade for the course will be an amalgamation of these demonstration essays and the participation forums and Connect exercises. So the distribution for that will be there in the syllabus, and I look forward to working with you as we make our way through the material.